And so, one of the things I always say is this, is that behavior never lies. Okay. Behavior never lies. It tells you everything. And so what happens is we usually try to look at other people's behavior. And of course it tells us an awful lot. But what's really important is that we look at our own behavior. And again, the lies that we're telling ourselves. And so, again, the way I look at it is that we all have the opportunity every day for growth and improvement. And we all have to look at ourselves a little bit differently. We have to look at ourselves as the leaders of our lives. Okay. The ones that are calling the shots, because you are. Okay. Just the statement that I say alone, the things you think and how you think dictate what every cell in your body does. And so the things that we think here tells all this what to do. So let's say that this right here, this is the king, okay, of this kingdom. Okay. And so you have to make sure that if your kingdom is going to be in order, okay, instead of chaos, that you have to have order here. And so when you look at yourself as a leader, the number one thing, the foundation of leadership is character. Why? Because character, it means one. It means predictable. It means concrete. Okay. It means that you are the same today as you were yesterday. It means that what you do today is what you're going to do tomorrow. Okay. It means one. It means that the things that you're thinking, the things that you're saying, and the things that you're doing, they all align. It all means one. It means concrete. Okay. So think of a concrete pillar. Okay, if you're a leader and you're like a concrete pillar, then it's hard to shake. It's unbreakable. But if you put characteristics into character, okay, that's the rebar. You've all seen rebar, the metal rods that go into a pillar, into concrete. You ever seen that before?
Yeah. My dad was a developer. Yeah.
So my dad was a contractor. So when you see a concrete pillar, it always has metal rods inside of it. Why? Because it strengthens the concrete. And so characteristics, they help to strengthen your character. So characteristics like, let's say, integrity. Okay, I think that's the foundation.
Got it. So your characteristics are integrity. What else? Just give me like a couple of lists.
Well, integrity. The way I look at it is integrity is number one. Presenting yourself with a positive attitude, the way you present yourself in your physiology, the smile on your face, the way you hold yourself, the way you interact with people, that right there is presenting yourself to the world with a positive attitude. Being a problem solver, that's a characteristic, okay, that really will strengthen you and increases your value as well. And then, of course, being focused on growth, because we can be focused on 100 things, but we're here to grow. The only time we really truly feel fulfilled in this life is when we're growing, when we're evolving, when we're moving forward and making progress. So a focus on growth helps that. But then there's also a characteristic you want to avoid. The characteristic that you want to avoid, that most people are trapped in and that are taking their powers nowadays, is procrastination. You want to implement a do it now mindset. A do it now mindset is taking back your power. Because think about it, we're procrastinating now because we're giving our power away to social media, to movies on demand. At any moment you can watch the next Netflix show, Prime TV, Hulu, whatever it is. Everything is at our fingertips. And of course you can go on TikTok or any of those social sites and you can go down this rabbit hole and spend hours and hours there, where your attention is being given away, okay, to something outside of yourself. So to go back to you being the leader of your life, having character, the first characteristic is integrity. Why integrity? Because integrity is doing the right thing, okay, and doing what you said you're going to do to the best of your ability, even when no one's looking, because no one's looking most of the time.
I know.
Right?
That's my favorite.
No one's looking. And so think about this for a second. Jody, I've worked with thousands and thousands of people, and I've spoken in front of huge crowds. And I always ask, how many of you in here, consider yourself to be a person of strong integrity? I'm telling you, everybody's hands go up. Everybody's hand goes up.
They're not even close.
Right. So what happens is a little while later, I'll say, now, how many of you have said, I'm going to start eating cleaner on Monday and I'm going to start exercising on Monday? And how many people have done that? And then Monday comes and goes and they don't do anything. And everybody's like, yes, I've done that. And when's the last time they did it? Last Monday. You know what I mean? So they do it over and over again. And so what I bring back is that, listen, okay, we do probably operate with integrity a lot of times, but integrity starts with you and who you are. And so if you can just look at integrity and say, okay, you know what? If I'm lying to myself and telling myself that I will do something, but then I don't, okay, then you are diminishing your own integrity with yourself. So so that means that you're not truly a person of integrity. And so what I like to do is this. In my seminars, I talk about, the thought, okay, because thought is the origin. Let's say the thought of integrity. Okay, we all know what the word means. I just gave you the definition of it. But now let's just take the thought of integrity real quickly, and let's sit here and think of the idea of it. What does the idea of integrity look like? Well, it looks like the action. We can see somebody who said that they're going to do something, and then they do it. And we can see, how that looks to us. And we might even think of a person we know that has integrity when we think of the idea of it. So the one thing that I always talk about is if you're a leader and the leader of your life, then every leader is led by a greater vision. Okay, led by vision. Vision is what leaders are led by. And so if you can instead, okay, go from thought to idea to a greater vision. Now, if you were to take the thought of integrity and you were to think of yourself, envision yourself, okay, operating with true integrity in every situation, it's part of who you are. It consumes you. It is part of every cell of your body. Okay, if you were to envision yourself, okay, being a person of uncompromising integrity in all situations, now you become predictable. Okay, character means one. It means predictable. Integrity ties it all together. Okay, because now if you have integrity, then you build trust with people. People trust you. You're reliable. Okay, and it strengthens your character, obviously, right? So integrity, when you envision, okay, have the vision of yourself, okay, being the embodiment of integrity, then you could think of a situation 50 years from now and say, what would you do in the situation? You'll know the answer. Okay, you can think of a situation in 5 minutes from now where your integrity could be compromised. And if you're a person of integrity, it will not be compromised because you know who you are. So it has to be part of who you are. Okay, not just the word or the idea, but who you are. If you're the leader of your life, then integrity is number one, and it has to be in the vision of who you are. You have to see it, you have to feel it. And guess what? Now, the indecisiveness that we have in this world, people can't make a decision to do anything. When you have integrity, you now have become decisive. You know what your strong yeses are, and you know what your strong no's are. You know what you will do, and you know what you won't do. Okay, you can plug it into any situation, anywhere, at any time. Okay, it is endless and it is infinite. So just that one characteristic strengthens character, strengthens your leadership and the direction where you're going. If you guys that are listening to this, just take that one thing. You take that one thing, you plug it in today, it'll change your entire life.